that's because they don't want us to have any natural human interactions anymore. A lot of people often ask me, what's your Facebook or Instagram account? I would never make an account on any of these sites. They actually believe that that's where they will make friends. Narcissism is a requirement to join these sites, and that's us.
You came back!
I never should have left.
Whoa, I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated. So, you're the punk I've heard about.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another epic Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever cast. Here's a little sneak preview of what's coming up in today's game.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
All right, come on, you. The unstoppable Exodia.
Oh!
Another happy landing.
And I, for one, am sick of it.
Take cover!
Oh boy, where to begin? In the last few months, the UK has changed its leader more times than I've changed the toilet roll next to my computer. The economy seems to have skipped the Roaring Twenties and gone straight to the Great Depression. The world's back on the brink of nuclear war. My only counterpart who makes video memes for the FAF community is missing in action since his house got raided by Russian MMLs. I got so ill I still can't breathe properly. And YouTube has continued its unrelenting march to find the lowest possible form of degenerate content it can make money with. But forget all about that for a minute, sit down, get yourself a nice cup of tea, and enjoy a classic game on Setons Clutch, where the sun is always shining, and the oceans are always filled with the salty tears of your allies.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and you breathe that in and you can constantly taste the salt.
Starting off, Team 1 up here. We've got a 1500 rated game, basically. We've got Hush Noob. He is in Stealth Grey. His legs are, in fact, on backwards. That is a slight disability. Hopefully that won't impact his game too much. He's going first land, second air. Going to be fighting over his island in the corner here. Already on the move, we have Willy Wanker, who has abandoned his chocolate factory. He's perhaps slightly too hands-on for that. Leaving it in a trust fund for his engineers. And he's going to be making his way down to mid for the classic Porsche 911s, which are, you know, very expensive. You can sell those on. Also leaving his base, it's Zmai down here in this Aeon Blue com. He is going land and then air. And I can't really pronounce this properly, but I know that this is a type of fairy tale dragon of some sort. And at the back, we've got Mr. Z. He's going land and then probably air here. He hasn't queued it up yet. But he's going for adjacency around his mixes. He's playing the classic air slot in Seraphim. So we've got kind of two Z players here on the back for Team 1. We're going to avoid making as many special operations references as possible. Team 2, we've got Auto Noob. And of course, it's SNF Clan. They all name themselves noobs for no real reason. They aren't actually noobs. Most of them have thousands of games. Going for double air. So slight difference. We'll see if the two air factories actually gives him an advantage. He's spreading out. Then we've got Donny at the front, queuing up loads of Aeon land factories. And a big group here, as you can see, of P-Gens. He's lined them up like this. There is a chance that the Aeon, if he's Aeon versus Cybran here, he's going to have probably the comm advantage with the double gun if he wants it. And also his tanks can go around on float, so he probably has a good advantage there, I would say. Which he will probably need because he's given up a bit of rating to his mirror. Down here on the beach slot, we've got Speculari. He's going land, followed by air, just like his mirror. Going for the adjacency of the P-Gens to the Mexes for early upgrades, just like his mirror. And he's actually going for the attack order rather than... Is he going for both? Yeah, so Speculari here is going for attack orders. As you can see, his rear guard air player here is actually going for manual reclaim orders to suck up the trees. Now, there's actually a lot of mass in these tree groups. It just doesn't show up on the mass icons. But it is there. There's quite a bit of mass. And last but not least, our lowest rated player today, we've got JT, so Justin Timberlake. He's bringing the Seraphim back here in the corner. We'll see how he gets on. Who do we want to cheer for today? Well, it's going to either be Hushnoob on Rock, who's 1500, or it's going to be Justin Timberlake down here in the red. But considering he's not in the clan, I'm going to go for Justin Timberlake. That's who I want to win. We will see how it plays out for him. 3-minute 40 drop from Hushnoob. That's actually quite... I don't think that's that's not very fast, but he's got no counter on the map for that. And likewise, Auto's drop here on the left-hand island isn't going to be contested by Zmai, the magical dragon. So he's going to get away with that for free. So he gets that away. No interceptors there to stop it. And then we need to look for the 2v1 because it looks like Speculari isn't going to be sending his comm forwards to join in with the 2v1 in mid for the reclaim. That means his ally here, Donnie, is going to get bullied almost certainly. Now this is a bit of a slower game to get started with, this one. I'm aware of this. But I feel like the people who watch this channel, they don't watch these games for the first 20 minutes. They tend to watch them for what happens at the end. And I can assure you it's a pretty good one. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sat here watching it on the channel. So some bullying here. This is a non-consensual three-way. We've obviously got two comms of the same gender here. And then we've got an edgelord gender as well. So... interesting that Zamaya's decided to leave there. I'm not sure why he would do that, but his ally is still in a very strong position. No, he's coming back. Just wanted a little walk, stretch his legs, go for a walk along the beach, look nice and romantic. And then he's going to come back and continue shooting at his enemy. So no steals there. We do actually have this. I love this. This is absolutely cancerous. Look at this little spirit.
Pure, undiluted evil.
The little spirit that could do deforestation. Greta Thunberg is going to be very angry with you, sir, knocking down all of these trees. Absolutely crushed. Breaking all the tree groups, ruining all the mass.
How dare you!
You see this transport is just getting popped. It's given up on life already. No. It's going to make a break for it. No. Well, at least the mass was delivered to the engineers, so it's got that going for it. We can check out the scouting information, see what the teams see of each other.
Commander under attack.
Zamai is eating some shots from fervors there. So not really any scouting information down here. Let's see what Team 2 can see. Well, they've got a bit more information. So you can see they've got some scouts up here. Both teams protecting this area. Well, Zamai is protecting his area. Speculari has just got a scout. I feel like he's being a little bit more greedy. He's made a lot less air than his mirror. But what has this air achieved? He hasn't managed to challenge. There's actually a T2 mechs here already. 6 minutes. Which is quite a long way ahead of his opponent. His mirror, sorry. And this is not a good fight for the Cybran. Bringing in these Tech 1 bombers to deal damage to the Auroras. This is the glass cannon of Tech 1, really, the Aurora. They got great maneuverability on water, but oh my god, that's disgusting. 6 kills on that Tech 1 bomber there. They really need to kite. They're a bit glass cannony, really. It's the demon hunter of the FAF world. Now, does this count as land or sea? That's the question. Something you might not know about FAF is that if a wreck lands in the sea, it only gives you half the mass. I don't know why that is. Perhaps because it's difficult to get mass back from the bottom of the water. You know, like some kind of sea reclaim mission. But, Yeah, that one counted as water on the beach there. You should always try to shoot down your opponent's strat bomber over the land if you can. Or, if you're strat bombing your opponent, try to make sure that if you do get shot down, you're heading out to sea so that you crash land in the nice soft water. So your opponent doesn't get any mass. Big brain strategies. So am I eating a lot of shots from these? Good micro from Donny. And he's about to have gun range. I assume he's already done gun... No, he's doing gun range first. Lots of anti-airs now. These bombers not getting through quite so much. So let's have a look at our eco. Team-wise, wow, Team 2 is miles ahead. That is a significant difference there. They're almost got a third more mass. I think that's just they've been more greedy. Especially considering that Team 1 sent 2 comms to the middle to get the reclaim. This will be a good time for a either a PD creep to take this or a reclaim factory. This bomber might not even make it. The interceptor's still shooting him as he plummets to a fiery death. My god.
Stop! He's already dead!
So we've got Tech 2 upgrade here for Auto. Now this is because he doesn't want to upgrade air or land to T2 because he's going to want to get Tech 2 Navy as quick as possible, but he can't afford that now, so he's going to get it on his comm. Now Mr. Zorgan up here is already onto T3 Air. How is JT doing? Well, he's almost at T3 Air, but he doesn't have a Pigeon yet. So they're very close, so within sort of 20 seconds of each other, I'd say. That 10-minute T3 air timing is pretty standard for Setons. That is so many anti-airs. My god, Donny. He has slight fear of air right there. That was not a particularly good bombing run. So Donny has got gun range, but he's actually really badly outgunned here, tanks-wise. His opponent has so many more tanks than he does, because these anti-airs aren't going to help him. Looks like we might have some frigate assistance from the beacons. He's going to come up on the coast. And he's going to get run over here, I think. Donny, don't do it. He pushed in with half the numbers. A Cerberus goes up at the background, so he can't push any further. He's getting surrounded by those little spidery boys, the Mantis. If he's not careful, he won't make it into the sea. He's trying to bump him. He gets a vet by killing so many of those Mantis. That was a great overcharge.
That still only counts as one!
Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And look at that, absolutely toxic. Willy Wanker living up to his name. They don't call him Wanker for nothing.
Dad,
Yes?
what's a wanker?
Oh, it's not a very nice word, so let's not hear any more about it, all right?
What?
I'm not sure why... Oh yeah, so he's started spamming Tech 2 PD. These can be reclaimed now. Put some T2 PD here. Take this whole... Take all the reclaim with it. Nice, nice, nice. We've got a poor engage for the cybrans here. That is not great for the cybran. Although statistically, 4 out of 5 of the people involved in this enjoyed it.
And I, for one, am sick of it. And you're not fit to call yourselves men.
So the reason you want to spread them out is for kind of scouting information because of the radar that they give. But it does mean that you can get picked off by little hunting packs like this. So kind of a trade-off for his decision. And the South Pond, we've got kind of just a build-up of frigates for both teams, not really doing anything. And the game has gone a bit quiet with that. We're going to have a shield, so we're going to have some kind of like firebase style hold strategy for both teams by the looks of things. Yeah, shield, some PDs for both teams. So not anticipating this kind of peninsula to go anywhere in the near future. ASF wise, well, it looks like we've got 6 to about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, very close. Maybe a slight advantage to JT. And the air grid's growth has started. So eco-wise, have the second team managed to catch up? Nope. Team 1 is actually still a long way behind. Just that early greed in getting the mexes up is kind of what paid off, I think, there. When we look at the reclaim for both teams is basically even, but the mass income is not. So early mex upgrades is what paid for that, I think. Lots of these frigates at low health. So if you find yourself in this sort of situation, picking off the low health ones will drastically reduce your opponent's DPS. Obviously. It sounds really obvious to say it like this, but you'll be surprised how little it actually happens when people get into the fighting. Forget to check the health. Oh, close. Yeah, the Aeon frigate actually outranging its opponents there. Phew. And we should remove our players, particularly the ones that are dead. What's Hush Noob up to? Well, he's making his T2P gens. He hasn't started T2 Navy yet. Both the bottom players here are not committing to naval combat. Whereas at the top, they're both brawling it out. That's probably why their mass is so much lower. Well, I say that. Auto is... Oh, he's on 2 base. Of course he is. And Willy Wanker has managed to get himself... Willy down here has managed to get himself into the naval game as well. He's making cybran frigates. Ripe for an engineering massacre, I think, here. Com could maybe come out of the water a bit and do some overcharges. That would be nice to see. We've got some hoplites moving forwards. Great harassing units. You're going to take out some anti-air. This whole base is actually pretty vulnerable. Especially when the shields are down due to power stall, question mark. Yeah, big power stall from Auto Noob there. And he's going to lose his Tech 2 radar for that. Just in the gap when his shields are down. Very unfortunate for him. Nice pick off. He actually lost the hoplites for it though. Probably PD'd, right? Yeah, maybe killed by the PD. Yeah, this one. If he put a little mobile stealth gem with them, that would have, he might have gotten away with that.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
All right, come on, you.
Questionable bombing target there. Those bombers are going to get immediately blacked. No. And yeah, Auto just continuing to rally his frigates in. He's leaving quite a lot of mass around, but yeah, he's just going to keep attacking. Got a Tech 1 transport here coming to Mr. Zorgan's base. I assume this is for a T3 engineer. He doesn't have Tech 3 anywhere. So I assume he's either going to make a SAM or an Omni or an anti-nuke or something. Mass-wise, both teams are actually caught up. So things are much more even now, probably because everyone's kind of up onto their T3 mexes. An enormous air grid planned here for JT. who is doing... Is that Ras? No, T3 Engineering. And Ras going off at basically the same time. So, Mr. Zorgan is slightly behind. I think we can kick it up a little bit. It's a bit static, isn't it? We'll reduce the game time, but not the end of the world. The glorious Thunderhead frigates shooting down these little spy drones. And just still non-stop pressure from Auto. But there's now Vespers, Tech 2 Navy, these sub-hunters. And they're gonna kill the frigates. The question is, are the frigates gonna do enough, gonna do, you know, a whole bunch of damage first that it doesn't really matter? They're gonna kill the frigates off, but he might lose his Tech 2 Naval Yard here. This is really important. He needs to keep this. It's so expensive to redo. It's making a PD on the beach, but it's not going to be enough. Tech 2 Navy Yard goes down. Smai is in real trouble now.
This is fine.
Engineers behind it get immediately massacred. Com could potentially be in danger. Nope, another Naval Yard down. And it looks very much like Smai here has been kicked out of Navy. How can I lose to double eco rock? How indeed. The salt has truly started in the chat. Smai now basically faces the prospect of the next 30 minutes of just building artillery in his base and dying slowly. That's what the beach is like. It's not actually a lovely holiday destination. It's like pain and suffering. And I think he's just gonna give up here.
I have crippling depression.
He's only on T2 mexes everywhere in his core base as well. These are all T2.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And if he does manage to get rid of the frigates, behold, yep, there's cybran destroyers as well, sitting out here. And when they're done mopping up his base, oh no. Smai gets picked off on the beach. They were all just kind of shooting their stuff all over his face there at the end, and he was just standing there and taking it. Very unfortunate for him. And now we have, well, we'll get rid of that tag. And we've got Willy Wanker versus Auto, both on... The moment I said it, they changed it. Why would you do this to me? Mr. Zorgan now on 2 bases. Willy Wanker feels like he doesn't want to do a slow death. He's building auto turrets on the beach and getting outranged immediately. That's not going to work out for him. Who has the most ASF? Because a good air fight would kind of change this. 75 for JT, my boy, and 58 for Mr. Zorgan. So Team 2 down here with an advantage in air, an advantage in naval control, an advantage in mass. Yeah, looking pretty good for Team 2, I'd say right now. Willy Wanker starts a... I should stop calling him Wanker. Willy starts a Tech 2 upgrade on his comm. We've got a nice scout patrol path around here giving information. It's actually a really cheap and effective way of getting information of where your enemy's navy is. Just a Tech 1 scout path like that. Very effective. And the salt. The team salt begins. Look at that. Why should I even listen to a player who is losing on purpose every game? Why indeed? a whole bunch of Tech 1 factories here. I assume they're going to be pushed to T2. Yeah, and then this is going to be Blaze spam, basically. But the HQ is going to go down. So that means no more Blazes. And there's no way to torp this Navy with all the ASF behind it. Where exactly... Why are you going down here, Willie?
That doesn't make sense.
Anti-nuke up for Team 1. No anti-nuke for Team 2. One up here for... I guess we can put the rings on. This is what's covered by their anti-nukes currently. And that's it. There's no anti-nukes in the middle of the airbase. T3 mechs going down in the corner. And a chicken out for Willie. He's getting shelled from both sides though. He's got an Omen down here, he's got Exoduses, and up here he's got a Salem as well, and they're all going to be facing that chicken, all going to be focusing the chicken, no doubt. And down here to counter that, we've got a huge amount of PD planned. Look at this. What a nice Sim City of spam this is. That will really bog down the chicken if it tries to stop and deal with it. And if it does stop to deal with it, it's going to get wrecked by the battleship. And of course, JT can always swap to making Tech 1 bombers pretty quick. Hush Noob already making Ras Boys, and he's going for a nuke here, look. No anti-nuke himself, but he's going for a nuke. The chicken is taking so much damage, it's just getting dumped on from all sides, look. Wanted to go after the battleship, but that's not going to happen. Out of range, goes after this destroyer here. Doesn't get that. Will his balls touch? No, they won't. So, the chicken basically dies having done almost nothing. That's kind of sad there. And it's a bit of a mass gift for Team 2 as well. Torpedo boats getting shot by frigates. That's unfortunate. I keep thinking I'm hearing the strat bomber sound. But I'm obviously not. So these factories are now up to T2, a lot of them. We've got Omen battleships versus Neptunes, and I don't think I need to tell you that that goes very badly for the Neptunes. Especially if the shield decides not to cover them. The Coopers are pretty effective, but using Cooper against the only... You know, these frigates are extra effective against torps. Now, Willie's base here is getting dunked on by cruisers. Not opting to move his units. He's going to sit here and take it. Another chicken rolling down the causeway. But nothing has changed in the situation which caused the last one to fail, so... More Ras Boys and nukes from Hush Noob down here. That's his plan. And... what happened here? Is that the strat bomber I kept hearing? Oh yeah, I think it is. I just couldn't figure out where it was.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
So back in the past, we can see that JT does in fact start raiding the island with these strat bombers. And he's using to attack ground here to damage them both at the same time, which is a pretty good move. What else do they get? Oh, that's a spicy bomb. 40 kills there on that strat bomber, but they're going to get cleaned up by some ASF. So we'll be able to see the difference in mass here, actually. So 1500 there, and this one which landed in the water when it finally sinks, it's probably going to be about half that. Yeah. So if you're going to crash land in the water, folks. You heard it here first.
Oh! Another happy landing.
Back to the future.
Willie's comm going down into the corner. He is cybran. There is a potential for some... I mean, there's a lot of PD here already. But he could definitely... He can definitely tele-snipe anybody apart from JT right now.
Except maybe that drop. That's a little salty.
Where is this chicken going? Now, going in the water is pretty smart, actually. You might not know that chickens can swim, but they can. Just a constant stream of Tech 3 scouts. And we've got an ahwassup being finished here. But it's definitely scouted, and there's no advantage in air, so... Not really sure how that's going to work out for him. Willie is asking for all of the ASF so he can micro it with his ahwassup. Really? You trying to come here? I mean, at this point, he could actually... He could maybe, like... How steep is this? I guess he can't go up here. He has to wait for here. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. I was going to say he might be able to get up into the base from behind here. Willie says the game is over and he's trolling. But we know, viewers, don't we, that I wouldn't be casting this game if it was over right now. So, we'll see how that works out for you, Willie. Can actually shoot just like it's a land unit. It's kind of weird. The water's not quite deep enough. Well, there's the ahwassup. Both air forces are red, the same way both navies are blue. That's incredibly frustrating for me. It looks like JT managed to take down the ahwassup before it did anything, but he's going to lose so much air for it. So the Tech 1 bombers aren't going to do anything either. They were brought in to deal with the chicken. That's a complete air loss for Team 1. Sorry, Team 2. They've completely lost air there. It's very sad for them. The donut gets popped by the ASF. And there's a chance for a turnaround now. This chicken died probably to the battleships. Just took too much damage from the Navy. That was never really going to work out. Willie just camping around the base here, spawn killing everything that comes out of the air factories. JT's ASF have about the same life expectancy as young girls in a one-child policy China right now. We've got Salem's going for a walk up here. All the mexes at the top are dead. And Team 2 probably need to be making SAMs. The nuke is out from Hush Noob. Where is it going? Down here? There is another anti-nuke, and if we put the ring on, well, that's going to get shot down if it's loaded. And it is loaded. So I'm not really sure what Hush Noob is doing there. He either hasn't scouted the nuke. Yeah, he never scouted the anti-nuke. Sad. Got another anti-nuke here. Gunships, mass Volthru brought in to deal with the Salems here. They're going to chew them up pretty quickly. We've got a battleship fight down here in the South Pond. We've got 4 summits versus, well, potentially like 10 omens. And that's going to go well for the omens. Unless they can pick some of these off before they bring the numbers to bear. Needs to run in and kill them as quick as possible. Look at these fat chonks. This aircraft character is such a... The carrier is such a chonk. Like, why does it need to be so fat? It's like someone trod on it. I don't get it. Interesting design choice. So that nuke gets shot down, obviously. It was never going to... And then Donnie turns around and 5 minutes after after they lose air says, nice air lost. Now they're going to get ahwassup. That's going to cost them. But not the anti-nuke. That doesn't get killed. Where's the next one going? On the mechs is here. Up to 42,000 vet on the ahwassup. Oh no, JT, don't go in. It's a trap. JT looks like he's going to suicide in all his air for almost no damage on the ahwassup. That is not great for him. My man. Yeah, this ahwassup is going to cause so many problems. They really need to try to take out the ASF protecting it, but... Here it comes after the airbase. That didn't drop, so JT gets a little bit lucky there. Can he shoot it down? No, not quite. Still got 14,000 hit points. What's he doing? Well, he's building SAMs. That's going to land on the air grid and do a huge amount of damage.
Holy! Look at all this damage!
ahwassup gets shot down into the cliff here. How's that Navy fight doing? Well, things are going very badly for the UEF.
Oh no!
Look at all that white Aeon goo all over that boy. It's very sad, that is. Just firing a bit too slow. And there's another ahwassup.
Another one.
And JT looks like he's going after it again. He's doing the FAF version of trying to dive his opponent under the tower repeatedly. Speculari looks like he's been caught out of his trenches here. The drone's about to drop a grenade right on his head. Well, the bomb wasn't enough to kill him outright, but the T3 power he was standing next to certainly was. Have to remove his tag. And now it's a 2v3. The SAMs get passed over, but obviously everything goes idle. He says he should have played better, being a sarcastic man. He did just win Navy, but look at this poor UEF boy. That is the Bukaki of battleship fights, that one. ahwassup coming back in, going for a drop here to pick off the 2 mexes. Nice micro, manages to control that back. Being very careful to slow it right down and hold its position. Will he get another bomb off on here? Yes. What's his target? Down here. No shield. Nice pick up there. I think he's going to lose it though. He does. So many SAMs. JT has been building nothing but SAMs. He's got 54 SAMs. They really are desperate to stop this. And we've got another ahwassup from Willy. There's just ahwassups all day is Team 1's plan, and then a nuke to follow up, which is almost reloaded. They are doing real damage, although, you know, they've obviously lost both ponds here. If we look at the mass income, Team 2 are double the income here. It doesn't feel like it, but because of the ahwassup damage, but they are. They've got double the income. Hushnoob starts teleporter, but he is a UEF boy, so no laser for him. We've got a huge TML base here for Auto. He's setting up. He needs more turrets, really. He's going to get overrun by these fervors. In comes the ahwassup. Where's that going? Well, it looks like it's going after the shield, but there's 4 shields, 4 Seraphim heavy shields. And that's not going to get a lot done. And even worse, he gets shot down immediately. So there's now a Bermuda triangle of very expensive missing ahwassup wrecks around JT's base. That ahwassup did absolutely nothing there. Very sad. Focusing the fervors on the shields and the missiles will be good. They are actually all loaded now, so a real danger. What can those hit? Well, they can get the anti-nuke. 80,000 million IQ. Not shielding them is pretty big brain, yeah. You really need some... just build the Cerberus turrets. They're really effective against this kind of thing. There we go. He's on it. They'll just pick them off. No problem. We've got another ahwassup just finished.
Strategic launch detected.
And what can JT do about this? He really doesn't have any ASF right now. He's starting, what, another air grid? Question mark? Is this because he lost his HQ? A nuke. And that's going on to the battleships? Well, it's been seen. 3 battleships there dead for that. The TML base and the invasion here continues. The PD creep starting to shoot the factories. But I suspect that ahwassup is coming in to put an end to this. There it is. No SAMs here. Well, a few, but not enough. And that takes all those TMLs out before they do any more damage to the air grid, or manage to pick off the SMD. Look at all the TMD around the anti-nuke. Another one here onto the shield. That's going to be the end of this base, I think. He actually had a T3 factory here. That's a HQ, a T3 land HQ on over here, and he makes spitting out loyalists. That's going to be gone. Willy Wanker actually has teleport and laser in the sea. He is standing here very menacingly, to be quite honest. I have no idea when he's going to go, if he's going to go. But the cruisers want to get in on that action. But when he goes, where can he go that will do damage? Well, JT looks like he's the only person who's really killable. That's a kind of a loss of ASF there. Not sure what that's about. He could potentially go here and kill JT and stay out of... He can't stay out of range of the PD. Or potentially he can try and kill this, but I'm not really sure how. If they can get either of these players right now, it will be a 3v1, which is much more manageable, even though they're down on eco. They're actually even further. They're now 3-1 that they're losing eco. Heavy use of these aircraft carriers. That was another ahwassup. Where's that? That's onto the strat. That's onto the plan B there. I don't know if that was loading. It would make sense for it to be loading, since they have air control there. Well, Hushnoob arrives. He is on Team 1, so he's actually trying to do the torp snipe here.
Strategic launch.
And there's a telly as well. They're trying to catch out Auto Noob here. They're going for a torp snipe. And then a telly to catch him when he walks out. Is this going to work? This is such a big brain plan. It's like teamwork.
of a bitch.
Here he is. He needs to head back into the water, really. He won't survive for long. He doesn't have laser himself. Auto, go back in the water. You're gonna die.
I'm in danger.
JT says to move. I don't think he's seen it. He gets primaried. Go under the shield. He's gonna die here. Auto Noob's gonna get taken out.
Take cover!
Willy Wanker is going to die as well, surely. I don't know how he can survive this. No, he can't. He's gone too. And what happened here? What happened here? Who died up here? What's going on there? That looks like a nuke from a strategic submarine, so JT going for nuke subs. He has got the eco for it. Another ahwassup sneaks in here somehow. It's going after a Scathis, which has been completed. Well, the ahwassup's been control K'd. It lands on the Scathis. It gets dunked. Yeah. Oh no. It's now a 2v1. JT has got, well, he's got double the eco now, but he's only got half the attention span and APM to deal with all the stuff on the map. Huge amounts of torp bombers coming in to try and find Hush Noob. Right? No, they were coming after JT? Question mark? Why would Mr. Zorgan have all of his torps there? I don't understand.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
We've got an ahwassup hiding at the back of the map for no real reason either. This is all now static. We've got mass engineers producing nothing but ahwassups. Willie says to find the base, to scout the base and find the ACU. That is a good plan. JT he knows this is happening. He's going for nano. He wants to be as healthy as possible when that snipe comes in. Can they find a way to snipe JT right now? That's the question. This SACU could definitely be stealing this island. But instead...
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Let's get rid of the other dead players. For our 2v1, we've got a GC moving in, but there's a huge amount of gunships. This is enough gunships to kill this. It will do some damage though. They won't kill it in time. Especially not if there's any air support. Is there any air support? No, there's not. So the gunships are going to kill the GC, but I think it's going to do quite a lot of damage first. Especially if the ahwassup drops some friendly fire bombs. What's going to be lost to that? Maybe the gunships? Oh no! Oh, the American bomber here. Friendly fires his teammates. And Mr. Zorgan, no doubt, wins the DERP award for the game with that move there. The blue on blue incident there. It's going to cost him. It's going to cost him a lot. It's going to cost him his anti-nuke maybe. What is Hush Noob doing? Well, he's tellying down here to make a stealth. We need to keep an eye on this. The GC, well, it could be killing these things on its way past, but it's not. And remember that the terrain on Setons is much more mountainy than it looks. This is a little bit of a Attack on Titan style thing here. The giant red Titany boy walking over. It's going to go for the anti-nuke. Is there another plan B? Yes, there is. Is it loading? No, it's not. Oh, maybe. It's got 37,000 mass kill, but it's not loaded with another nuke. Mr. Zorgan's comm is in danger here. No, it's not. He turns around to shoot a Rasboy. Why are you shooting a Rasboy? Kill the comm, my man. JT, I believe in you. JT, why would you do this? We've got a TML base being built down here by Hushnoob. He's going for the snipe. There's no TMD in the base. There's also no shields right now. But we got to stay with the GC. There's plenty of PD here. Nano repair is going to complete. That's going to give him a couple thousand more health. Starts on Mr. Zorgan. No, don't walk in. He'll overcharge you. No! Oh, that was so close. He just needed to click the comm. Oh. That ahwassup. I feel like that ahwassup nearly strap bombed himself out of the game. That would have been incredible. That was nearly a repeat of the epic fail game where the French guy strap bombed himself out of an hour and a half game right at the end. Absolute classic. Oh, it's magical. The stuff happens in this game. Depressing and awful, yes, but magical. Now Hushnoob's working on his base here. He's got probably just enough. He's got just enough eco, I think, to run. Oh, he's actually overflying loads. Mr. Zorgan is. Are they all? No, JT is spending his mass. He is spending lots of mass. An absolute ton of mass. He's making a YOLO. Why is he making a YOLO? I feel like units would be a better thing to go for right now, because his navy is not really useful. Just land invade. Make some land experimentals. He has air control. That single GC basically nearly ended the game. Well, he hasn't actually. I don't know how his mass is stolen. He's reclaiming. He must have so much mass income. He's got 2,500 mass income and he's still spending it all. It's on the YOLO. He's playing well. You've got to hand it to him. Another huge scout waves coming in. Not using the spread command though. These are manually targeted T3 scouts. This Rasboy finally dealing with the mechs one shot at a time. Look. Well, Hushnoob is tellied over here, and there's scouts on both teams comms, so they both know where they are. We're probably about to see the final play here. Hushnoob is going to cause as many problems as possible, maybe even to distract from his TML base. Does JT see it? No, he doesn't have Omni. You can see the ground's deformed, but he doesn't have an Omni. JT, my man. A PD is going to start killing a Tech 3 power, but oh my god. Absolutely based UEF. This is now our base. Well, I think Mr. Zorgan might be done here. He's got his ahwassup still hovering, but the Scathis is firing. And in the bottom corner we can see the TMLs are launching. In come all the strat bombs. I think the strat bombs are going to hit first. He kills the strats with the ahwassup, but they've already dropped the bombs. Mr. Zorgan is absolutely dead. Let's go check on the missiles. Oh, they didn't get him. They didn't get him. JT says GG. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Willy Wanker says fire again. Now the first salvo didn't actually alert him because he didn't lose any health. So he's not going to have had that commander under attack thing. Willy was going to say, JT, you're such a god. JT's celebrating. He thinks it's all over. It's not all over. He's dead.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. But it does contain the unstoppable Exodia.
Impossible!
Poor JT. Now it's GG. Missile to death, even with his advanced nano. He had so much health and he still died.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
And the only player left alive is my man Hush here with his 1 PD.
We did it, General.
No, sir. He did.
Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the cast. If you want to get in touch, you can send me an email, or you can find me on the official FAF Discord. Hopefully no one's actually found this replay and casted it before, because I don't really watch a lot of the other content, so I wouldn't really know. Unfortunately, YouTube's not really optimized for this kind of long, high-effort video format, so I'm probably going to upload some other things to the channel that you might enjoy, but won't also take me a whole week of my life to create. Thanks for watching, leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time.